which one is it? Like, do you want me to get the help I need, whether it be psych or actual other doctors, like my heart conditions? How are you? So you guys are on my phone because I'm charging my battery to my camera right now, and I don't want to hold my phone, so you guys are on my stand. I can't think of it, tripod, and this is actually as high as it goes, which doesn't really work out for me unless I stand up back here. Anyway, good morning. It is Happy Friday. I don't know why I screw up the freaking week every time. It is Saturday, so happy Saturday. Today, I guess my father and I discussed doing something, and I don't have any recollection of this chat, but he's not going to be working in the yard today. He wants to go to Stillwater, which is this really nice little, like, it's like the last town that splits Minnesota and Wisconsin. And I guess they're having like a flea market. I don't really know. So he wants to go do that, and I'm like, wait, so am I invited? He's like, that's why we talked about it. Like, I was wondering if you want to do this with me, because he doesn't want to do it alone. So he's in a bath, like the actual bath, because his back hurts. And, yeah, I just put on the floor. It's water, like, come on now. And we're going to go do that. So hopefully, yeah, it'll be fun. We'll see. I have to put my chair in his car. Uh-oh, up there it goes. I was like, it's not flushing. So, yeah, so anyway, you're going to come along with me. I'm not going to keep you. I know that I kind of chat a little too much, and I have a lot of editing every time I make my vlogs because they're just way too long. So I will see you guys in a bit. Oh my gosh, my corn is growing. Look. Ah, look it. That's corn. Oh my gosh. Another one. I thought this is where it grows, but I guess it doesn't, because that's corn down there. And then my tomato. I only see one so far, but like anywhere you see a flower, that's a tomato. So like that would be a tomato. This one would be a tomato. All these yellow ones down here, tomatoes. They just haven't started growing. Oh wait, look. It's a mini tomato. All right guys, here we go. It's about, I don't know, an hour drive, and he said it's like a flea market, so it'll be fun. But I definitely have my chair in the back of my dad's truck or car. It's really hot. Wearing this is hot, but I didn't want to straighten my hair, and I didn't want to put in an ugly messy bun where it's all frizzy. So this holds down the frizz, but still looking kind of cute, and all the hair's to the left. Holy God, it's hot. So we are almost there, and we stopped because my dad wants to use the bathroom. I do too, but I don't want to right now. Anyway, so across the street there's a bar, and look at the name of it. Okay. It's called Not Just a Bar. I love it. Alright guys, we are here. I have my chair, and it's really hot. We've been here for maybe 5 minutes, and I'm just dying. And my glasses broke, and my dad left his glasses in his truck, so we are looking for some glasses because it is really bright out. Time for a water break. It's so miserable out here.
Yeah.
Beautiful that beater is.
It's all treated wood, except for the hardboard.
How cool was that birdhouse? It was like a bird feeder. He says you can fit about a gallon worth of feed. My dad looked at it. He really likes it. I think he's actually going to get it. I'm so excited if he does. I'm going to paint it like a Victorian house, like Victorian colors.
There you are. Thanks.
It is very dreadful out here. We are leaving because when I went to stand up,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk in front of you.
Oh, it's okay. I pretty much fell on my dad and almost fell into the table of the vendor, and it was all glassware. So he got me I can't think, like a slushie. I downed it in under like 2 minutes, and it made me actually more sick because when I got the brain freeze, it was just weird. It was like the heat against the freezing cold. It made me almost nauseous, which is a little weird. I don't understand that, but I'm dripping. So we only went through maybe 5 aisles out of like 20. So I'm just waiting for my dad. He's in here looking at something, and we're gonna head out and just leave. It's too hot for me. It's way too hot. My dad even says it's a little miserable for him. So we're gonna go soon. So just got home from the what do you call it, flea market or something like that. I wish it wasn't as hot, or I wish there was more wind or not as much sun. It was kind of miserable, but I mean, it was cool to go and get out the house. But I do want to say that you guys are on some other shit, like on some other level. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the past like 4 days, everyone is just ripping me to shreds. And with that, I wanted to mention that it's so crazy where when people, whoever it is, sees an account that's based on health and like an illness, and they're fake and they believe this person's faking it. Like, they're always in the hospital, they're always in the doctors, they're always looking for medication, they're always looking for pain meds, etc., etc., etc. That they're over the top or they're faking it. But then you have me, who doesn't see doctors all the time, who doesn't ask for pain meds, who's not looking for a crap load of stuff, who's doing pretty much the exact opposite. My account seems to be more of like a lifestyle account. Yes, of course, certain times will be more medical than anything, but then I'm still over the top. Like, I can't satisfy you guys. And honestly, I just think it's funny. It's mind baffling to me. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm over the top when you are doing way too much with health. And then when I'm not doing much, I'm still way over the top. Like, it makes no goddamn sense to me. And then I have this whole new situation where, most people who think people who are medically sick or whatever, they think that they're over the top and all these different things. But then all of a sudden, like, if I go see a doctor today and tell you guys, oh, so my doctor just diagnosed me with this heart condition on top of my others, you guys are going to like, no, you need to see a psychiatrist, da da da. So I'm allowed to see a psychiatrist, another doctor on top of my others, but that's not over the top. I can go to see a psychiatrist and I guarantee come back to you guys and say, she has diagnosed me with 3 new illnesses. And you guys will go, that makes sense. Like, it's really funny. Like, there's no way to satisfy you guys, or not like all of you, but just whoever is not satisfied. But I just think it's crazy. Like, I know 1000% if I went to see a psychiatrist and I had new diagnosis, whether it be 1 or 20, it's like, yeah, you need to go on medication. Now I'm not over the top. But if I see another doctor and I get a diagnosis, seeing a doctor was over the top, getting a fake diagnosis, it was over the top. Oh, now more medication, another over the top. It's like, which one is it? Like, do you want me to get the help I need, whether it be psych or actual other doctors, like my heart conditions or my female conditions or whatever it may be? Or do you just want me to see psych and just be over it? And I don't even know how to finish a sentence or this discussion because it just makes no sense. Honestly, I think these people who believe I'm over the top all of a sudden, because I haven't really had anyone think I was until this past couple of days, I think you guys are, because you guys sitting here just sitting behind your computers or your phones, just ripping people to shreds, making them feel like crap. And typically I don't feel like crap by people, but I am at times now, because it's a never-ending battle for the past few days. Like, what the hell has changed? I don't get it. And then if I was trying to hide things, I wouldn't be announcing what my doctors are saying. I wouldn't be telling you the goddamn truth, but I am. I'm using this platform just for what it is, to spread awareness. And it'd be different. See, like if I truly believed that I was crazy, I would be like, oh my God, he thinks I need a psychiatrist. I can't tell anybody because everyone's gonna tear me to shreds. But I honestly thought you guys would have been nice about it. But all my doctor said, and I have said this in my previous videos, was that he thinks I should see a psychiatrist. That people who have so many medical issues in general should see psychiatry, because no matter how well they think they're doing, being sick can be depressing. And he goes, I'm not saying that your condition isn't real, because I know your condition is real. I was able to diagnose you. I did a heart surgery on you. Your other doctor at Mayo Clinic did a heart surgery on you. Your medication, we're not going to give you medication if you don't have a heart condition. We're not going to do heart surgery if you don't have a heart condition. What we're saying is, what he's saying is, or in his words, what I am saying is, everyone who has so many medical issues, it wouldn't hurt to see a psychiatrist. And maybe you're also having panic attacks, which I've heard before, and I never denied it. I just wasn't sure because I don't know what panic attacks are. And sometimes I believe I am putting myself into a panic attack while having one of my episodes, but not having just a panic attack. And because he and all my other doctors see this condition, but they don't know what the underlying reason is. And no psychiatrist or therapist or psychologist is going to figure that out. They work with the brain, how your mentality is. Not, oh, you are having this heart condition because of X, Y, and Z. Anyway, I'm not even going to go on about it. I might be even turn off my comments because I don't want to have to spend time arguing back and forth with people when my whole point is to spread awareness and spread who I am as a person, how I'm loving and caring like no other. I'm a sweet, caring person, and how I live my life. And I'm trying to share it with you guys, and I'm not hiding a goddamn thing, which is why I'm telling you guys what my doctor said. I could have just kept it to myself and had you all love me, but I didn't. And yeah, so I might just stop the comments, whether it be full-time or just for a little bit, just so that I can do what I love doing, and that's posting videos. It's more therapy to me than a therapist. I don't believe in therapy. I don't like therapy. When I go to therapy, and I've been many, many, many goddamn times, it's in one of my videos or my series about like depression and borderline personality. I've been through therapy for years on end. And it's, so how are you doing today? How was school? How was work? Has anything changed? It's not like you see in the goddamn movies where you sit there and you're on a couch. It's nothing like that. Nothing gets done. And there's nothing for me to talk about because there's nothing to talk about. But 1,000%, I felt more me and more alive since I started my YouTube. But with the comments I'm getting, whether they're negative, it's just, it's bound to happen, getting them. But when they're back to back to back, I'm not in the mood to just see that. So this is my therapy, and I want to keep it this way. And if I only have 100 followers for the rest of my life, that's fine, because it's not about you guys in the sense, it's about me and sharing awareness and hoping I can help somebody out there who's willing to listen. So I just made some spaghetti and meatballs, and watching what is it called? Gran Torino. I've seen this before when it first came out, and I remember it being really good, so my dad and I are watching it, but it's on pause because I think he went to the bathroom. So I'm just eating up, and then just relax the rest of the day. I'm feeling normal, I'm feeling good, so I'm just gonna relax a little bit. So I was just told that my dad's best friend, Angie, who is more like an aunt to me than my dad's best friend, because I've known her pretty much since I've lived here. I've been here for 20 years. I probably have known her 18 of that 20 years. So she's my family. We spend Thanksgiving together, sometimes Christmas together. So while my dad and I were driving to that flea market type of thing, he had told me that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She just found out, and he's the only one that knows. Her own kids don't know yet, and that's because she wants to wait for her appointment to discuss the treatment, the details of what the kind of cancer it is. Well, she's got breast cancer, but just the details, so that when it comes down to her telling her family, her children, her 2 daughters and son, that when they have questions, she's able to answer them, and they're not kind of like, you know, wrestling around trying to figure out the answers. So she did tell my dad, who told me, I'm not gonna go tell them. I'm not even going to mention. I'm not gonna mention anything. I'm not even gonna send the package to her until I find out that her family knows, because I don't want to accidentally send it to them or send it to her, because she lives with one of her daughters, and then I'm like, why is she sending a care package? Like, I know she does that for people who are sick. Mom, what are you telling me? But I'm going to make the package today because I just found out today and I kind of want to get it out of the way. So here we go. So I am in the guest room, and I just got done making the package for my dad's friend, and I wanted to say that I made a big oopsie. Someone came to me on YouTube earlier today and basically said that I have a video based on like my endometriosis and the pre-cancer cells, in that it says I'm talking about cervical cancer, like pre-cervical cancer, but in my bio I had pre-ovarian cancer, and I was like, and when they were writing it, I was like, wait, I'm so confused, what's going on? And then I realized what they were saying. And so for the past 126 videos, for however long I've had YouTube, in my bio, I pretty much copy and paste from my notes, so I never actually have to rewrite it. I have been writing pre-ovarian cancer, but talking of pre-cervical cancer. And so now I feel absolutely stupid and horrible, and it was an innocent mistake, but it also was like, how in the heck did I not notice? But for me, that's not uncommon. It just sucks that it was 126 videos later that it just came to me. And so I mentioned that whenever I like run into like one of my old videos, or if I'm bored and whatever, I'll go through my videos and kind of change it out, the word ovarian to cervical, because it was cervical, not ovarian. So I do apologize if anyone else has noticed that, and I'm so happy that this person came to me about it, and I only hope that you guys take my apology to heart, because I did not mean that. Yes, it is cervical, not ovarian. So I already changed it in my notes, so from now on it'll always say cervical, but all the other 126 videos I'm gonna have to slowly like change it out, and hopefully I can get through 126 videos of it. Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. I have a headache, hence why I'm wearing glasses. I don't actually need glasses, but for some reason when I wear glasses they help, and I hear that if that is the cure, or you know, whatever, then typically that means you need glasses. But I've seen an eye doctor numerous times in the past like 6 months, and they're like, you got 20/20 vision, like you don't really need it, but let's just try like the lowest number, and if it works when you have a headache, then just do it. It's not gonna like ruin your eyes or whatever, so whatever. But I wanted to say that I am very appreciative of my dad. My thing is, I've been ranting about my dad, and that is, just because you do such good things to somebody doesn't give you the right to be, I guess, mean or not understanding towards their situation. I don't want to go all into it, but someone mentioned that I don't appreciate my dad, and I appreciate him more than you know, and I mean it. me and my dad have history, but you know, where our relationship is not like some families. We are actually not close at all, but we are very close in certain ways, and that's because he is my caretaker. But I am very appreciative. I always say thank you. I have never once asked him for money since since I was a child, at least. I will be at home the rest of my life if I have to and not go and enjoy my time because I have no funds, because I won't ask. You know, he pays for my bills, you know, he helps me out, and I am completely appreciative of him. And every time I get a little funds, I make sure to buy him stuff. I write a card, I make cards, I leave him cards. I actually just made one the other day and left him down in on his bed. So when he got home, it was there. You know, I do as much as I can, but that still doesn't give the right for somebody to be mean just because they're helping me out. And that's where this comes down. So me venting about how my dad doesn't understand my situation has nothing to do with my appreciation to my dad. I love my dad. He knows it. I've talked to my mom about wanting to find a new home because I don't want to be a burden to him. I feel bad that he won't leave the state without having to have to fly somebody out here to adult sit me. And he's done it before, and he's never even made his flight because he didn't want to leave the house, and he lost his flight and the money towards that flight. And I cried for days, and I felt broken, and I kept apologizing to my dad, like, I'm so sorry, like, this is what you have to do. So trust me, I'm very appreciative of my dad, but that still doesn't change the fact that he doesn't understand what I go through and how I am, and he's not very understanding in that part. But that's my dad. You can ask anybody in my family. Each and every one of us has lived with my dad in our teenage years up until our very adult years. My brother's in their 40s, and just recently they lived with him at some point. And no one can really live with my dad. He is very hard to live with. He's very old-fashioned, and I'm not going to go into it, but you just don't understand. But anyway, with that, I'm going to put down my phone. It's still very light out and beautiful out. I'm going to relax in the studio or the craft room where I am right now and make some packages, bring some smiles for those who are ill. And anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye.